How about now, guys? Oh, God. This is what I get for trying to scramble late. Welcome into the post-game show. Danny Marang, no Brandon Sprague. And, yeah, that's a good way to get things started off. That's fun. That's good fun. Yeah, guys, everybody keeps saying muted. I know. It's catching up. Yeah, I know. I love everybody. It keeps going. All right. Well, I think the show's off to how the game's going to start. So this is what happens when you're an idiot and you've got a puppy that you're washing right now, and my wife is out and Brandon is out, so I'm pretty much scrambled. And come here, come on, come here, come. All right. So we're doing a show with a puppy. We're not going to spend a ton of time talking about the actual game. Yes, and Eric says this is an omen for how the game will go. That's pretty much what I expect. Let's calm down. Oh, jeez. It's okay. Okay. Can I do the show now? Maybe. Thank you. So, not going to talk a lot about this game. What we will talk about is a truckload of news. Obviously, Damian Lillard has had his surgery. That is the big news, right? Damian Lillard has been shut down. He had his surgery. Everything is successful. They said where he had the surgery. They said the doctor who did the surgery. It's all very normal, very, run-of-the-mill stuff as far as what they did. If you want to read about it, go check out Casey Holdall's article on it. He had a ton. Jeez, okay, Dallas. Ton of quotes from Dame, and really they were all good. It's one of those things that's going to be a lot of fun to watch the young guys, but it's been very cool to kind of watch this process from Damian Lillard trying to kind of walk through all of this. And yes, Dimitri, it's puppy SMR. Normally she's got her mom in the other room to keep her calm because she is spoiled rotten and gets all the attention in the world because she's a COVID puppy, and my wife and I mostly work from home. Andrew says, yes, Casey had a great article on it. He got a truckload of money quotes from Damian Lillard. It's going to be an interesting road ahead. But we want to celebrate some wins. We want to celebrate some good stuff. I've said it already, and I grabbed the wrong CJ quote here because I'm just all over the place. Let's try that again. CJ McCollum becomes a father. Congratulations to CJ and Elise. Congratulations. That's very, very cool. It's been a lot, right, for the whole McCollum family. It's. I can't imagine right now trying to have a kid, having a collapsed lung, having my name in trade rumors, a frustrating season, all that kind of stuff kind of pop up. Congratulations to both of them. That's very, very cool. I know I've put CJ in more trade machine stuff than probably anybody on the planet. I still, look at him like a human being and want good things for him and his wife and his now newborn child. So congratulations to them. As far as tonight's game, oh boy, what to watch for? I see somebody already else asked about the starting lineup. I haven't seen it posted yet, so give me a second. Let me see if they have done anything. I don't see anything yet. The only thing I have is that Cody Zeller was downgraded to out. Jay usually has them. Let's see if Jay Allen has posted the lineup. Jay hasn't tweeted in an hour, so yeah, nothing new yet. So I would imagine off the top of my head that this is going to be Dennis Smith Jr., Ben McLemore, Nasir Little, Trendon Watford. No, Cov's good to go. So Cov and Nurk. That'll be your starting lineup. Andy asks, is Larry out? Yes, Larry is out. not sure when he's going to play, but he is traveling with the team. So he didn't make the trip. Obviously, no Anfernee. He is not with the team right now. Obviously, Dame is not with the team right now, so neither one of those guys will be a part of this. It's going to be interesting because they're going to get guys back, right? They're going to get a bunch of guys back and healthy and all that kind of stuff, and then they're going to get traded. I saw somebody in here say it's going to be a little, and Richmond, somebody said Richmond said it's going to be a little hard to tank. It's going to be hard to tank with everybody healthy. That's when it gets dicier. Like they still have talent. Like very clearly, Anfernee Simons is capable of scoring 30 on any night. Him not playing, that makes it a little bit easier for them to tank some things. But beyond that, it's kind of whatever. How you go about doing that? New tweet. Oh, there we go. Baby Yusuf meet Big Yusuf. That's cute. There's a little Yusuf in the crowd that the Blazers just shared at the arena. Little Nuggets. I think he's a Nuggets fan's kid, but in a Blazers jersey. It's pretty rad. What's wrong with Ant? I won't go into it, but it's a personal thing. But I nothing to be worried about. It seems people will say trade speculation or COVID or anything like that. They just no. He's just taking care of stuff. So nothing to worry about there. Let him go do his thing. I imagine he'll rejoin the team. If not in Washington, then probably in Florida as the team swoops back down through there. Any chance they ask C to just stay home like OKC did with Horford? I don't know for sure. They did say that that CJ would rejoin the team. Maybe they give him a couple games to show everybody else out there that hey, he's okay. Like he'll go through a physical if he's traded anyways, but it's going to be interesting to see how that whole situation plays out. That's actually the thing that I'm probably most interested in seeing how they manage it. Is what they do with CJ. Like I fully believe that Covington and Nurkic are gone in the next couple weeks. Like that's a real thing. A bunch of news or rumors, intel, whatever you want to call it, popped up really over the last 24, 48 hours. Jake Fisher had an article about a lot of the same things that I had heard. The Blaze and Sprague actually had. We'll talk about this in the postgame. Sprague had Brian Windhorst on this morning. He was wink, wink, nod, nod. The Blazers are chasing after Miles Turner. So that's fundamentally what I had heard as well. That the Blazers are prioritizing Miles Turner. That they are looking at Jeremy Grant, and that it's okay. And that is kind of how the situation is going to unfold, in that the Blazers are looking at Turner as kind of a linchpin, because if they get a guy defensively that can be their linchpin, that can play multiple coverages, that can do various things defensively, both playing at the rim and playing above the free throw line, playing an aggressive scheme, blitz, trap, that all kind of sets the table for what they can do going forward. That's just kind of like the harder thing to grab. Is the hardest thing to get is like one of those, again, those apex wings, to coin or to steal a phrase from Hollinger. The next hardest thing to do is get a big that's capable to like not be played off the floor. And Turner is a guy who I think there's still some more there, but he can stretch the floor and he can do a lot. He can do a lot defensively. And here's the thing. All right, I'm going to try and put you down, okay? There you go. What I think is getting lost in a lot of the transactions as it pertains to the Blazers right now, whether it's Miles Turner or Jeremy Grant or whatever, is, don't give up picks. Don't give up picks. The Blazers have assets, i.e. Covington, Nurkic, McCollum, Powell, that they can get picks back and put those into packages for other players. So you're not dealing directly for that guy. And this is what I always said. It's always going to be like a 3-team deal or part of a machination that like gets you what you need to go get the other guy. That's what makes sense. And James says Sabonis would be cooler. Listen, I get the name recognition. I get Baby Sabas. I get all that kind of stuff. It doesn't fit. Like we've kind of debated that back and forth. I will say without Brandon here to not be able to argue with me, it doesn't fit. Dame and Sabas, like, it's fun. It's not good basketball fit. Like, they just square peg round hole. Turner allows them to do other things. And here's a situation. If you're looking at Miles Turner, I've kind of done this in the background a little bit, but if you're looking at Miles Turner or Jeremy Grant, let's say you know what they want and you can get them what they want, but it requires you taking another step, and that other step is trading C.J. McCollum to New Orleans. And to New Orleans gets you Josh Hart, Jackson Hayes, salary filler that's just meh, and 2 first-round picks because they have a truckload of them from both the Anthony Davis trade and the Drew Holiday trade. Come here. Come on. Okay, fine. That gets you 2 picks there. Let's say you trade Robert Covington to Sacramento for Marvin Bagley and a first. Let's say you trade Yusuf Nurkic and Norman Powell to Charlotte. And part of what you do here is you take on Gordon Hayward's deal. Okay, so you take on Gordon Hayward's deal and you get P.J. Washington and a first. What have you just done? You've just gotten a pile of young players and you've gotten 4 first-round draft picks. You are now taking those young players, a young player, 2 first-round picks, to Indiana. You're taking a young player and 2 first-round picks to Detroit. And now you will have Jeremy Grant, Miles Turner, Gordon Hayward. People ask me, how do you get to that stuff? That's how you get there. I'm not saying it's the path they'll take. I'm saying that there's, like, you can take the left turn in Albuquerque to get to where you need to, and it's like all of a sudden you've got a fundamentally different team. And with the exception of Gordon Hayward, you're younger across the board. So it's going to be interesting to see what they kind of do, what they chase, how aggressive they get. Do they stockpile the assets now to try to hit in the offseason? That would make sense in helping, like, aid the tank. You get a couple young guys now, like you move Cov and Nurk, and you get, like I said, a Bagley and a first. And you revisit a situation with CJ in the offseason getting more assets. And now all of a sudden you've got this truckload of assets. You've got like 4 or 5 first-round picks, a bunch of young players. And you're all of a sudden going, okay, this is pretty good. Method Man asks, how's the spacing with that roster? How's the spacing with Dame, Ant, Gordon Hayward, Jeremy Grant, and Miles Turner? It would be the best spacing this franchise probably ever had. That spacing is insane. Like that's literally 5 shooters on the floor. Andrew Baird says, I understand that, but you may be left with nothing. What do you mean left with nothing? You have Jeremy Grant under contract. You have Miles Turner under contract. You have Gordon Hayward under contract. You have Anfernee Simons under contract. You've got a couple young players in there. You're keeping Anfernee. You're keeping Nasir. You're in a much better position financially and as an organization of viable pieces that make sense. Like these things all kind of come to and yes, Josh Hart's also a part of that team. Like there's a lot of different machinations in there. That's a very, very, very different setup. And again, I don't think they're going to go that far with things. But people ask, like, how do you get there? That's how you get there. There's inherent risk in doing something like that. You're taking on a big contract in Gordon Hayward, much like CJ's, but he gives you CJ level production while being 6'8" and offering more playmaking. But there's injury risks. It's interesting. One other thing to note is the Blazers have hired a new assistant general manager, which is kind of weird because you didn't hear about them firing an assistant general manager. The guy they went out and hired, I've asked around from those that know, and you guys probably saw me retweet Larry Nance earlier today. There's an understanding that, Andre Patterson is a guy that's really well liked. He's been successful. He was the director of basketball ops for the Cavs. Before that, he got started with the Jazz in 2015. So 6 years, he went from starting with the Jazz to being an assistant GM. Okay. Here's the thing to take away from this. Joe Cronin is empowered. All right, so here's the starters. It is officially Dennis Smith, Ben McLemore, Nasir Little, Rob Covington, and Yusuf Nurkic. Not bad. Not bad. Peter says that's not a championship team. Why would you get better? Why would you get more assets that make more sense? Because that's how you get better. You have to continually make moves to continue to make moves that make sense further down the line. That's why you do it. That's why you do these things. I don't want to say I'm getting frustrated, but I am like wanting to rip my hair out because I keep running into Blazers fans basically saying, well, it's not LeBron James, so and you just like jump off a cliff. You have to get better. You have to solve one problem to solve the next problem, to solve the next problem, to solve the next problem. Getting Miles Turner solves a lot of their defensive problems, their defensive consistencies, like what they can do, being aggressive, being switchable, spacing the floor. It's just kind of how it goes. So, we'll get out of here on that because they're actually going to start this game on time, which is just out of this world. But I wanted to hop on here real quick and just kind of address the Dame surgery real quick. Daniel says, the way you laid out kind of reminds me of what the Bulls are doing. Yes, it's exactly it. Like if you don't have stars come, you've got to find something else out. Why keep Dame for that team? Because you keep Damian Lillard as long as you possibly can. He's the most talented player this franchise has probably ever had. If you want to say Clyde, fine. If you want to say Bill Walton, fine. You don't. Yes, Andy, I didn't get to the part where you're tanking and you get a top 5 pick. Like that's what I'm saying. You're setting the table. You're setting the table for what could be good. And that's what's so important. That's what's so impressive about allowing yourself to dream. And I know I'm the biggest hope killer that there is, but this is like, real quick on the Warriors game. Draymond Green's MVP candidacy is going through the roof. They've gotten their ass kicked 2 games without him. So, but positive notes. Congratulations, CJ McCollum. Damian Lillard finally got his surgery. Go check out Casey Holdall's article on that, and then we will catch you guys here back for the post-game show. Sorry we came on late. Like I said, life happens, but we'll catch you for the post-game show. And after tonight's game, we will have every other game locked in for the watch party. And I do have Jamie Hudson booked. She will be on for Sunday's post-game. That's the 23rd. Still working on Landon Holdall, and maybe, again, Mr. Travis Demers from the road. We'll get out of here on that.